Panera Bread is typically known for its cozy atmosphere and its promise of fresh, wholesome food. But lately, Panera has been making headlines for something else entirely. It's charged lemonades. These drinks are marketed as refreshing pick-me-ups, but have landed the company in hot water. Why? Because some say they pack a caffeine punch that would make a can of Red Bull blush. Welcome to the channel. My name is Joe, and today we will be delving into an extremely nuanced topic revolving around Panera Bread and its consumers. You know, all of you guys. Let us know what you think about this situation in the comments. The more information that you can share, the easier it is for others to make a wise decision when it comes to their health. These aren't your grandma's lemonades, guys. We're talking serious caffeine levels here. Enough caffeine to make you question if you should be ordering them with a side of soup or a defibrillator. And that's where the problems begin. Some customers have claimed that they were blindsided by the drink's potency. They experienced heart palpitations, anxiety, the jitters. Not exactly the vibe you're going for with your artisan sandwich. Lawsuits have been filed. People are angry. Personally, I try not to eat fast food. Even though Panera Bread is typically touted as a healthy option when it comes to restaurants, if you really take a look at their menu, calories, and ingredients, you might find that it's a lot less healthy than what you originally expected. That's why I personally like to make my meals and drinks at home. I'll know what's in them, and I'll be comfortable with what I introduce to my body. What about you? Do you typically eat out or at home? Do you think that consumers should be taking personal responsibility for their actions? The lawsuits paint a troubling picture. Take Sarah, a young mother who swore off coffee while pregnant. She thought a charged lemonade would be a harmless treat. Instead, she ended up in the emergency room, heart racing, convinced she was having a medical emergency. Then there's John, a college student who relied on charged lemonades to pull all-nighters. He started experiencing insomnia, anxiety, and heart palpitations. He had no idea the drink he thought was helping him was actually harming him. These stories and others like them raise serious questions about the safety of Panera's charged lemonades. Were these isolated incidents, or is there something inherently dangerous about these drinks? To answer that, we need to look at what's actually in them. Let's cut to the chase. Panera's charged lemonades are loaded with caffeine and sugar. A 24-ounce mango yuzu citrus charged lemonade, for example, contains a whopping 260 milligrams of caffeine. That's more than 3 cans of Coca-Cola. And let's not forget the sugar, a staggering 67 grams, which is more than the American Heart Association's recommended daily intake for adults. To put that into perspective, that's like drinking 3 cans of Coke and then chasing it with a Red Bull. Your dentist just shuddered, your pancreas is filing for a restraining order, and your heart is wondering if you've completely lost your mind. These numbers are alarming, especially when compared to other popular energy drinks. Red Bull, for instance, contains 80 milligrams of caffeine per 8.4-ounce can. Monster Energy packs 160 milligrams per 16-ounce can. Panera's charged lemonades are in a league of their own. A large majority of people have been saying, hey, it's called a charged lemonade for a reason. What did you expect? And sure, there's an element of personal responsibility here. Consumers should be mindful of what they're putting into their bodies. Ignorance is not a defense when you're chugging down a beverage that's basically rocket fuel disguised as a fruit drink. But let's be real for a second. Panera's whole brand is built on the idea of fresh, wholesome food. They're not exactly known for slinging sugary, caffeinated concoctions, so it's understandable that some customers might not have realized just how much caffeine and sugar these drinks contain. Corporate accountability. This is where corporate responsibility comes into play. Was Panera transparent enough about the content of its charged lemonades? Sure, the caffeine and sugar content is listed on the menu, but it's often in small print, easily overlooked, and there's no mention of the potential health risks associated with consuming such high amounts of caffeine. Panera has a responsibility to be upfront with its customers. They need to make it crystal clear that these drinks are not your average lemonades. They need to warn customers about the potential side effects of consuming too much caffeine, and they need to do a better job of promoting healthier beverage options. So, where do the lawsuits stand? Some have been settled out of court, others are still ongoing. Panera has maintained that its charged lemonades are safe when consumed responsibly. They've also started adding warning labels to their menus, advising customers to enjoy the drinks in moderation. But the damage may already be done. The lawsuits have tarnished Panera's reputation, and consumers are aware of what's been going on. And the debate over corporate responsibility in the food industry rages on. The bigger picture. The Panera Charged Lemonade controversy is a potent reminder of the complex relationship between consumer health and corporate responsibility. It highlights the importance of transparency, clear labeling, and consumer education. It also raises larger questions about the food industry's role in promoting healthy choices. Should companies be held accountable for the potential health risks of their products, or should consumers bear the sole responsibility for monitoring their own intake? These are questions with no easy answers, but one thing's for sure, the debate is far from over.